Hello, my name is Jodeci Torres and I'm in the Imaging Science degree program. The public issue I chose for this presentation is the modern diet culture. This topic is something that I feel very strongly about. I will be explaining why this topic is so important to me, some interesting things I have learned in my research, and how the topic ties into each of my experiences here at Nebraska Methodist College. Now, what is the diet culture I'm speaking of? I'm sure we have all heard of the recent diets that are common today, such as keto or paleo. There are always the fad diets such as the liquid diets, cabbage diets, weight loss teas, etc. Some of these diets, such as keto and paleo, are more sustainable for everyday life. However, these fad diets are not sustainable at all and often lead to fast weight loss and even faster weight gain after resuming normal eating habits. Fad diets are generally focused on restricting certain foods or food groups altogether. This ultimately leads to binge eating because the body is being deprived. Fad diets primarily affect women from teenage years to adulthood. To this day, we see it on magazines, TV, and social media that models are the ideal beauty icons of our society. Models are tall, thin, and beautiful, so what's not to love? Teenage girls are going through so many changes at this time and can become very body conscious. When they see those social media posts and TV models, they can't help but want to look like that. This can plague their minds and make them drink every weight loss tea and try every crash diet they see. This can not only harm their physical health but their mental health as well, possibly leading to serious health conditions such as cardiovascular disease, dental risks, eating disorders, anxiety, and even depression. I chose this topic of the modern diet culture because I have fallen victim to the diet culture many times in my past. I hate hearing and seeing people participating in this diet and thinking that it's completely normal. I want people to finally take a look at what negative effects these diets have on the body long term. At Nebraska Methodist College, the 3 goals of the educated citizen are a valuable part of our education. These include effective communicator, reflective individual, and change agent. In the rest of this presentation, I will share with you how I have developed as an educated citizen over the last 3 years at NMC and how these goals will help me address my public issue. Public speaking assignment. Usually when I hear that I have a public speaking assignment, my first reaction is to start panicking. I'm naturally an introverted person. I don't enjoy being the center of attention, so standing in front of people gives me a lot of anxiety. This speech, however, was done on my own and submitted online for classmates to listen to. I was still nervous to record it, but not nearly as bad as when I have to present in front of a crowd. Overall, I would rate myself as developing for effective communication. I am an introverted person, and because of that, it takes me longer to feel comfortable around new people. This is something that I'm working on and have been for a while. During my public speaking assignment, I learned that what gives me the most anxiety is everyone watching me. My experience with public speaking has prepared me to address my public issue by helping me understand the root of my public speaking anxiety. I have yet to master the art of public speaking, but this experience has helped me further understand and control my anxiety when it comes to speaking assignments such as this one. Stressful situations. 2 difficult patients I encountered during X-ray clinical were an elderly woman with a hurt back and a young boy who needed a chest X-ray. Both patients weren't cooperating at first, but when I took a step back, put myself in their shoes, and began effectively communicating with them, the situation completely changed. Once I began explaining exactly what I needed them to do and began talking about another topic, they both began to cooperate with me. I learned that it's okay for patients to be scared for their exams. They may be afraid that it will be painful or scary. I can help them by explaining exactly what I'm going to do and making them feel more comfortable, whether that be by taking their minds off the exam altogether, by bringing up plans for the weekend, or getting down to their level to make them feel equal to me. This experience has helped me address my public issue by knowing how to take the time to fully explain the dangers of fad dieting. Using my best communication skills and understanding that effectively communicating with patients isn't the same for everyone. For some, I may have to break it down further for them to understand. Some may have more questions than others, so being prepared and developing my communication skills will help in all aspects of my life. My career. I had a patient who suffered from terrible anxiety, claustrophobia, and panic attacks. He stated that he was first scheduled to complete the MRI 1 week prior, but he couldn't do it because of fear. Myself, the MRI tech, and his wife were able to put our effective communication skills together to benefit the patient. The tech and I made 100% sure that he was okay before we even left the room. We suggested that he think about things such as making grocery lists, or vacation, or favorite memories. Once the tech and I returned to the control room, we spoke to him through the speaker and made sure that he was doing okay before we started the first scan. After each picture, we checked on how he was doing and assured them that he was doing a great job. Through our effective communication skills, he was able to complete the scan. Now that I'm working as a radiologic technologist, I have learned to effectively communicate with all my patients. I have figured out the best ways to comfort as well as explain positioning to the patients to ensure that I'm getting the best images possible. These experiences have prepared me to address my public issue because I now understand that everyone has different views and feelings about diet culture, just as people have different views and feelings about having exams done. Some people may be more hesitant to step back from diet culture, while others may be more willing to step away after fully understanding the risks and dangers involved. The ideal technologist. I chose the field of radiologic technology because the human body fascinates me. Each image is like art, as well as a little challenge. Perfect positioning of a patient can be difficult sometimes, so when you get it right on the first try, it feels so good. My current strengths in relationship to the ideal technologist are stamina and willingness to listen and learn. My weaknesses in relationship to the ideal technologist are communication skills and thinking outside the box. I feel that stamina is a strength of mine because I'm used to working in a fast-paced environment, so I know how it feels to run around with a chicken with its head cut off to get everything completed in a timely manner. I also know how rewarding it can be after a busy day to know that so much has been accomplished. Doing this assignment has made me realize the kind of technologist I want to be and how exactly I need to get to that point. By describing my perception of the ideal technologist, it made me think of all the areas I can improve on, so eventually I can become that technologist that I wrote about. The Ideal Technologist paper prepared me to address this public issue of the modern diet culture because it made me review my strengths and weaknesses as a student as well as an employee. The advantages of overthinking. A patient came into the exam room for an x-ray of the wrist. On any regular day, this would be no problem. But the patient was in a cast from hand to elbow, which greatly inhibited her range of motion. I knew this was going to be difficult, so instead of rushing, I took a minute to think of every possible way I could position the body part so I can get the best picture possible. Within a few minutes, I, along with another classmate, obtained the images we needed, and they turned exactly how they needed to be. This situation helped me learn that overthinking isn't always a bad thing. Especially in a situation such as this, it can be very helpful in figuring out the proper solution for a problem. This experience has helped me address my public issue because I understand how people overthink regarding their weight. People may feel as if everyone is staring at them or judging them for their body shape. I have experienced these thoughts and they can be consuming. Because I understand this feeling, it is easier for me to connect with those who feel the same way. Self-reflection. After taking the Values and Action survey, I discovered that my top 5 strengths are fairness, appreciation of beauty and excellence, prudence, self-regulation, and love of learning. I am pleased with these strengths because they shape me as a person. My most effective leadership traits are showing emotional intelligence, technical competence, and social perceptiveness. Emotional intelligence helps me with my patients as well as with my coworkers. Being able to read the emotions of others is a very important skill because it can potentially prevent conflicts from arising. Technical competence is a trait of mine because I am a very organized individual. At my current job, I am knowledgeable in all the tasks required, from taking patient vitals, medical history, to performing x-rays. Technical competence is also very useful while training new employees. Social perceptiveness comes easy to me because of my emotional intelligence skills. I am very aware of how people are feeling, thus I know how they respond to certain management types and changes within the workplace. I learned a lot about myself while writing this assignment, and it gave me time to dig deep and find my real self and evaluate my strengths. The self-reflection assignment helped me to prepare to address my public issue of the modern diet culture, because many people who participate in the diet culture have a very negative view of themselves and their body. They may think that if they lost X number of pounds, that they would feel happier about themselves or people would see them differently. Being one of those people who tends to be negative towards myself, I can sympathize with that. I know how to combat it, and I know how to help people realize that fad diets and diets in general are not going to make them happy. Only they can make them happy. Traveling. My traveling experiences have made me a change agent. I made the decision to start traveling because it was always a dream of mine to see the world. In spring of 2015, I took that leap, booked an international flight, and didn't look back. The experiences I encountered helped me develop cultural competence, open my eyes to how amazing the world really is. I know this because each day I look around and see the beauty in everything and try to make a point to make outsiders feel welcome. My traveling experiences have prepared me to address my public speaking or public issue because, just like booking a solo international flight, it takes courage to quit the fad diets. It takes courage to finally put down the cabbage soup or diet tea and pick up a healthy, lifelong habits. NMC experience. My whole experience here at NMC has made me an accomplished change agent. The classes I have taken have helped me to understand more in depth what patients may be thinking or feeling while I'm doing an exam. This in turn helped me be a better communicator and empathize with each patient to make them feel more comfortable. My experiences at NMC have shaped me to the person I am today. My current job. I brought an idea to my manager's attention. She agreed with me and decided to make it a new proposal within the clinic. I learned that I now have enough courage to bring something to my manager's attention. I have what it takes to promote positive change around me. I don't have to be afraid that my ideas may be silly, because even if they are, at least I have the courage to say something. The positive change I brought to my workplace had prepared me to present my public issue because I know that shedding some light on the modern diet culture, I may promote positive change within someone's life. Even if one person listens to the many disadvantages of fad diets and thinks twice about beginning the next fad diet, then I have promoted a positive change within that person's life. These are just 6 experiences I have had during my 3-year-long journey here at NMC. These experiences are the highlights I have from my time here. Each of these experiences have prepared me for my future career, wherever that may take me. They have also prepared me to speak about something I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about health and wellness. I'm passionate about people living happy and healthy lifestyles. The modern fad diets have been made so mainstream within our society that people have forgotten that they can have such a negative long-term effect on the body. This is why I chose this as my public issue. My hope is that I promote a positive change in someone's life from this information I have provided. I am thankful for my experiences here at NMC, and I'm looking forward to my future experiences to come. Thank you.